You are looking at a species of insect called Extatosoma tyratum, commonly known as Mcclay's Spectre or the Australian walking stick, because in the wild you find them in eucalyptus forests. They love eucalyptus, but they also love brambles, which is what we're feeding them here. Mcclay's Spectre is named after the entomologist and public servant Alexander Mcclay. It's reckoned he possessed the most extensive entomology collection at the time of any private individual in England, and possibly the world. These entomology collections, added to by his sons and nephew, now form the basis of the Mcclay Museum at the University of Sydney. This is a newly hatched Mcclay Spectre, which we filmed in August. You might think it looks and behaves more like an ant than a stick insect, and you'd be right. A newly hatched Mcclay Spectre is supposed to resemble a spider ant of the genus Leptomyrmex, so that a vulnerable nymph will be cared for by the ant colony. But being accepted into an ant colony is more about sense than looks. The baby stick insects need to smell like the ants. Luckily, they do. The eggs of the Mcclay Spectre resemble nutritious seeds, such that the ants are tricked into carrying them into their nest. When the eggs hatch, they have therefore already accumulated the specific scent signature of that ant colony. Now let me show you what we filmed 4 months later, in December. As you can see, our stick insects have grown up. They no longer need to resemble ants for protection, because, let's be honest, who looks at this and thinks it'll make a good meal? They have undergone what's known as a hemimetabolous metamorphosis, which means there was no pupa stage. They've just changed appearance entirely through molting. Big, aren't they? On average, these insects reach 13 centimetres in length. If you're wondering, the females are the ones that are larger and spikier. They also live longer than the males, about 18 months compared to the 7 months for males. So what do you think they're doing here? Well, like many stick insects, Extatosoma tyratum actively sways back and forth or side to side when disturbed or when there is a gust of wind. We have good evidence that this is a form of motion camouflage. Yes, it's not good enough to just look like a stick, you've also got to act like one. Just in case that doesn't work, these insects have a threat pose, whereby they curl their abdomens up and fold back their legs to defend themselves, so that they look a bit like a scorpion. They can also release a defensive odour which apparently resembles toffee, although we haven't gotten them to do that yet. But most importantly for us, they don't bite or sting. As usual with these things, my brother Zach is the one responsible for acquiring and looking after these particular insects, so a big thank you goes to him. However, he tells me that the males eventually develop wings. I do not want to imagine these things flying around, so I must therefore ask, what on earth were you thinking, Zach?